Good morning, student. Today, economics for manager MBA first year G103 हा सब्जेक्ट आपण आज करणार आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण इकॉनॉमिक्स फॉर मॅनेजर मध्ये आपण इंट्रोडक्शन्स ऑफ मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स, मार्केटिंग इक्विलिब्रियम, डिमांड थेरी, सप्लाय अनालिसिस, economics of productions, cost analysis, perfect competitions, monopoly, oligopoly asset, pricing under different structures, pricing practice, new theories of firms, project evolutions, technological changes, externalize and environmental issue, information asymmetry and game theory, applications for managers, and measuring national income and concept. Physical policy असेल किंवा monetary policy, investment, saving by business cycle. हे एवढे चॅप्टर जे आहेत 22 युनिट्स आपल्याला स्टडी करायचे. तर फर्स्ट मार्जिन इकॉनॉमिक्स मीन्स काय? आतापर्यंत तुम्हाला ग्रॅज्युएशन लेवलपर्यंत इकॉनॉमिक्स मीन्स झालं असेल. इकॉनॉमिक्स हे काय? त्याला अर्थशास्त्र म्हटलं जातं. What is mean by economics? The economics is this is the introduction that you need to focus on the definitions of economics and marginal economics. तर याच्यामध्ये इकॉनॉमिक्स डेफिनेशन फर्स्ट आपण पाहणार आहोत इकॉनॉमिक्स मीन्स काय. तर इकॉनॉमिक्स हा ग्रीक वर्ड आहे आणि ग्रीक भाषेत इकॉनॉमिक्सला ओकोनॉमस असं त्या ठिकाणी म्हटलं जातं. ओकोनॉमस मीन्स वन who manage household. Suppose you have 2 hours and you have to study for mathematics examinations of economics paper. Economics means is about the allocations of the scarce resource means to unlimited owns or ends to get maximum satisfactions. The level of the allocations can be individual, household, firm, industry, national or international, and economic at every level face the problem of security of the resource. इकॉनॉमिक्स सायंटिफिक जो आहे रॉबिन्सन यांनी 1932 मध्ये नेचर अँड सिग्निफिकंट ऑफ इकॉनॉमिक्स सायन्स या बुकमध्ये त्या ठिकाणी इकॉनॉमिक्स ची डेफिनेशन सांगितली. तर त्यांच्यामध्ये रॉबिन्सन मध्ये ही इकॉनॉमिक्स इज अ सायन्स विच स्टडीज ह्युमन बिहेवियर ॲज एंड्स अँड स्केअर means which have alternative use. तर रॉबिन्सन्स काय म्हणतात की इकॉनॉमिक्स इज अ सायन्स विच स्टडीज ह्युमन बिहेवियर ॲज एंड्स अँड स्केअर means which have alternative use. Robinson's definition is based on multiplicity of forms and scarcity of means. Professor Samuel added another dimensions to the discipline when he said economics is the study of how society use scarce resources to produce valuable commodities and distribute them among different people. As even these variations is about the distributions of the final goods that are missing from earlier definitions. Next, economics problem. The economics whether developing to under face three common economics problem. First is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. म्हणजे जे उत्पादन असेल, काय उत्पादन घ्यायचंय, कसं उत्पादन घ्यायचं आणि कोणासाठी उत्पादन घ्यायचंय, या प्रश्नाने त्या ठिकाणी इकॉनॉमिक्स प्रॉब्लेम स्टार्ट होतात. त्या ठिकाणी त्याचे त्यांनी एक्झाम्पल वगैरे दिले. तर अशा प्रकारे इकॉनॉमिक्स प्रॉब्लेम जो आहे ती व्हॉट, हाऊ अँड होम या क्वेश्चन त्या ठिकाणी हे प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व म्हणतो. एक डिमांड असेल, डिमांड असल्याप्रमाणे तिथे सप्लाय वगैरे केला जातो. तर डिसिजन अबाउट फॉर होम to produce is the problem of distributions of natural resource involves taking decisions like who are going to take the fruits of economic activity or how national income is to be distributed to people of different categories. Nंतर economics as a science. Economics काय ते economic science it's may sound old as after all economics to not work with test tubes telescope in the laboratories, but just as a scientist economics to also develop theory about how the world works. It is a systematized body of knowledge which knows, observes, and experiments to describe any natural phenomena and to establish cause and effect relationship and to develop theories which are universally applicable. Okay. Next आहे त्या ठिकाणी positive versus normative. तर economics plays the role of an analyst and a policy advisor. As an analyst, economists identify what the situations is and what it is cause and effect. They do not give any recommendations or suggestions to improve them. On the other hand, they understand the situations and give recommendations and suggestions to improve upon them as a policy advisor. Note that these two accept to hand it and consider the following statement. Food infections in India has increasing sharply at the rate of 10, 12 in the last week. Government should put restrictions on the export of essential commodities in India so as to provide supply to the domestic market and curb inflections. Okay. The first statement is giving you simply the actual situation, what is. It is an objective statement giving the facts that on data which can be justified by collecting price of all share items in the last month and comparing them with the relative data in this month. It is a positive statement which is not from me with any recommendation. The second statement is a normative statement that gives us the recommendations as to what should be done when we start analyzing the situations and start making descriptions and recommendations about the situations. It becomes normative analysis. तर आपण इकॉनॉमिक्स म्हणजे काय इकॉनॉमिक्स प्रॉब्लेम जो आहे तो त्या ठिकाणी तीन मेन विचारला जातो व्हॉट होम आणि वाय तर ते आपण जे बघितलं त्याच्यामध्ये आपण पॉझिटिव्ह स्टेटमेंट आणि नॉर्मेटिव्ह स्टेटमेंट ह्याच्यात बघितलं नेक्स्ट पॉईंट आहे आपला मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स तर मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स म्हणजे काय तर मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स डिफिनेशन त्या ठिकाणी केलं Mansfield जो आहे तर त्यांनी सांगितलं की marginal economics is considered with the applications of economic concepts and economics to problem of formulating relational decisions making in the similar Spencer and Simulations wrote marginal economics is the integrations of economics theory with business practice for the purpose of constructive decisions making and forward plan. Next definition that I can tell you, the marginal economic is a field of study which leads to the applications of economic theories along with the logics of mathematical and statistical in business management to arrive at the solutions to various decisions making problem and process management in forward planning. काही डायरेक्ट त्या ठिकाणी की मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स नेचर्स त्या ठिकाणी कशा प्रकारे असतं तर याच्यामध्ये डिसिजन इकॉनॉमिक थेरी आणि डिसिजन सायन्स त्याच्यात मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स आणि मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स. डिसिजन सायन्समध्ये गेम थेरी आणि लिनियर प्रोग्रामिंग असते. त्याच्यानंतर आपण पाहणार आहोत नेचर ऑफ मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स. Nature of margin economics is a margin economics is a microeconomics in natures. It studies to behavior of an individual firm and applies various economics tools to solve various economics problems. Margin economic is a normative is a nature as it is a not only studies the actual situation but also help in analyzing the current business problem and give recommendations as to what should be done to improve upon the situations. It is a prescriptive in nature as it is prescribes suggestions or course of actions for solving problem. Marginal economics is a science. Let's get the point. Marginal economics, the nature say marginal economics as a science. Marginal economics is a microeconomics behavior. Microeconomics is a problem and your recommendations. And त्याच्यानंतर next point आहे की marginal economics is statistics, mathematics, natures and business management and human science in this branch. Okay. तर ह्या त्या ठिकाणी पॉईंट लक्षात घ्या. त्याच्यानंतर स्कोप ऑफ मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक जे आहे तर स्कोप ऑफ मार्जिनल इकॉनॉमिक्स मध्ये आपण खालील फॅक्टर्स त्या ठिकाणी पाहणार आहोत. फर्स्ट आहे त्या ठिकाणी डिमांड
Hi, ma'am.
म्हणजे मागणीचे विश्लेषण आपण त्या ठिकाणी करणार आहोत. याच्यामध्ये कस्टमर आणि सप्लायर जो असतो बाईंग अँड सेलिंग ही दोन प्रोसेस त्या ठिकाणी करतात. The first demand आहे ते analysis means the very first step before starting a business is to find out customer demands and preference to know which characteristics of the product customer will pay for, why customers stop buying a product, what of products consumer have been buying earlier and what are the factors that influence buying decisions. On the basis of this analysis, producers estimate the future sales and make the production schedule and employ productive resource. In this analysis, demand theory plays a very important part. It studies the impact of change in the price of the product, income of the consumer, price related product on the total demand of consumer commodity. नेक्स्ट त्या ठिकाणी स्कोप आहे की प्रोडक्शन इनपुट आउटपुट अनालिसिस. त्याच्यानंतर थर्ड आहे त्या ठिकाणी प्राइसिंग थेरी. जी प्राइसिंग थेरी जी आहे ती व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट इकॉनॉमिक्स मध्ये. Once production is a complete, manager has to take decisions regarding price of that product before launching it in the market. Price should be logical and justifiable. It forms the important source of revenue, so the pricing decisions has to be taken in very positions panel. In margin economics, we study market structures or theory of in which we study price determinations, market situation, and interactions between different forms of pricing decisions. पण मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स आणि मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स. तर इकॉनॉमिक्सचे टू पार्ट्स आहे मॅक्रो आणि मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स. तर जनरली मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स जे आहे तर every subject is studied at different levels, just like is in biology we have molecular biologists and cellular biologists, voluntary biologists. Engineering as well as have software engineering, electronic engineering, and chemical engineering. Same in economics is a micro and in macro economics. Microeconomics, this particular branch of the economics in which we study individual entirely is called as a microeconomics, and macro economics means then it is the study of nationwide phenomena like study of national income, GDP, aggregate employment, total investment in the country. Two branches of economics and various theories related to them are shown figure 1.1. And real and nominal development. The real means in day-to-day conservations. You may have heard you yesterday that during our time is 1 rupees we used to get 1 liter of. It is meaningful to make such a comparison since one should measure the price of one goods with respect to other goods. Next, I can inform and industry opportunity cost. The key concern for economics is the utilizations of the resource that are limited in availability and can be put to various use. For example, a price of land can be used for constructing or building for agriculture purpose. There is a need to calculate the cost of resource in terms of the opportunity foregone while it was put into particular use. The opportunity cost of wind puts the next best alternative satisfies or foregone that should have been employed. Other details are given in unit 6. Next, I can plan for the books. Economics managers are divided into 5 books. Each books compromise to independent. In the present book, after this introductory unit, we will focus on market equilibrium, and it is demand on supply side. Later, we discuss about the demand and supply in detail separately, focusing on elastics and determining factors. The second book covers production costs, the economics behind them. Unit fix the second books cover production cost and the economics behind them. Third books is about market structures and pricing. Fourth books concentration on some of the recent development in the economy. And last book covers some macroeconomics analysis focusing on the national income concept, investment and saving, central banking, monetary and physical policy and business cycles. In this chapter, we learn in this unit economics means economics concept, economics nature, economics marginal nature and scope, economics marginal problems of manager for related decisions making. Okay, in this main key terms is what is mean by economics, industry and opportunity cost of input. Okay, next point is that market equilibrium. Market equilibrium means
Hello.
definition of a
Hi. Hello, ma'am.
supply and demand. Market equilibrium, market mechanism, and the role of government. आपण त्याच्या ठिकाणी आपण डिस्कस करणार आहोत. तर in this unit, we will discuss basic concepts like definitions of economics. आपण फर्स्ट चॅप्टर मध्ये बघितलं. त्याच्यानंतर पॉझिटिव्ह अँड नॉर्मेटिव्ह एक्सपेक्ट ऑफ इकॉनॉमिक्स रिव्हिलन्स पडला. इन दिस चॅप्टर मेन पॉईंट्स आपण पाहणार आहोत त्या ठिकाणी की we will also lay the foundation, understanding the mechanism of the demand and supply, that we have covered in the subsequent unit. The understanding of the market mechanism is extremely important for a manager. A firm as firm operates in different types of markets. A firm is a seller in a finally goods market and a buyer of factors of productions. This analysis is therefore brilliant and a good first point to begin the economics analysis for managing. In this unit, main objective is discuss about the market, its definitions and extent. Next objective है कि basic supply understand market equilibrium मेरे आपल्याला understand करून घ्यायचं. First आहे needs मधला point supply and demand. The economics is main concept किंवा depend on two point is supply and demand. Market is in very general sense is the gathering of people for the purchase and sale of goods, service and other communications. A market in a product place where buyers and sellers come together for economics transaction. The economics two factors main. First is the supply and second is the demand. The market, what is mean by market? The market means जे products आपण त्या ठिकाणी घेतो ते शेवटी आपण ज्या प्लेस मध्ये सेल करतो त्याला ती प्लेस म्हणजे काय तर मार्केट. आता हे मार्केट जे आहे तर त्याचे त्या ठिकाणी वेगवेगळे टाइप्स ठिकाणी पडतात. The first market means economics use the world economics agent for a rational whole looks after the maximizations of its or her benefits such as economic agents as a consumer wants to maximize the utility that he or she obtained to sell different goods as a manager intends to maximum profits. Market is a center to uh, of economic activities where buyers and sellers interact with each other and other though the collective interaction of buyers and sellers the price of commodity determines. Okay. तर बायर आणि सेलर एकत्रित येण्याची जी प्लेस असते त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो आता मार्केट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आहे त्या ठिकाणी त्याच्यामध्ये मार्केट टाइप्स आहेत त्या ठिकाणी डोमेस्टिक मार्केट हे तर त्याच्यानंतर ह्या मार्केट प्लेस पर त्या ठिकाणी इतर घटक फॅक्टर पर्सनल geographical suitable substitutes goods available and competition. Next आहे त्या ठिकाणी demand and supply side of the market. The demand, what is mean by demand? The demand means consumer LLE demand. So on the demand side of the market, consumer buy product from firms. A demand curve is the geographical graphical representations of the relationship between the quality of a goods that consumers are willing to buy and the price of that goods. According to the demand law, the higher the price, the smaller the quality demand by a consumer. Everything is being equal, therefore the demand curve is immediately slope as so in figure 2.1. 2.1 म्हणजे डिमांड म्हणजे केव्हा आहे तर पी फॉर प्राइस QD म्हणजे क्वालिटी डिमांड आहे. त्यानंतर सप्लाय तर ऑन द सप्लाय साइड ऑफ द मार्केट फ्रॉम सेल द प्रोडक्ट टू द consumers. Supply of a commodity is defined as the total quality of commodity that a seller is able and willing to sell at a certain price. Producers are willing to offer more products for sale in the market by increasing productions as way of increasing profits only when the price is high. तर हा त्यांनी फिगर दिली तर याच्यामध्ये क्वालिटी प्राइस सप्लाय क्वालिटी सप्लाईज Q1 Q2 Q3 आणि प्राइस P1 P2 P3 आणि हा जो कर्व आहे तो ग्रोथ त्या ठिकाणी इन्क्रीज होताना दिसतो. The supply curve labeling S in the figure show how the quality of a goods offering for sale change as the price of the good change. The supply curve is upward sloping, which show that higher the price, more firms at the label dragging the products to sell. It's a formula that you can supply as a QS equal quality supply, P for price, QS equal F P. Next point is market equilibrium. Market equilibrium means an economic equilibrium is a state of balance between two opposites force. An economic equilibrium will entail balance between two economic forces in a way that the state does not change without any external reasons. In market analysis, market equilibrium is a point where demand and supply are equal, such that the amount of goods sold by buyers is equal to the amount of goods produced by the seller. Thus, when equality demand of any commodity equals the quantities supplied at a particular price, market equilibrium established, and that price is called market clearing price. Next point is market equilibrium price. Market equilibrium price formula that is market equilibrium price हे consider that ठिकाणी केला जातो demand तर QS बरोबर 50 plus 2P, QS बरोबर 100 minus 10.5 price. Where QS quality supply, P is price and QD is quality demand. Next formula then did like it determine market price depending these two equations at calculation price. There's a formula QD equal QS. त्या टेबल मध्ये त्या ठिकाणी एक्सप्लेन केलं. Next is change in market equilibrium. Changes in market equilibrium means the market clearing price change due to the shifting in demand for suppose that products technology improve due to some scientific discovery. In such a case, production cost will and supply curve shift to right. When the supply curve shift to the right, the market clears at a lower price P2 and larger quantity QS. The quantity Q1, Q2 and price P1, P2. Hard curve by QS and QS. QS is the is in this figure. In this, it is a possible the both supply and demand curves shift over time as a market condition. Next, market mechanism and the role of government. The market mechanism and role of government concept जो है ते Adam Smith यांनी first use केलेली. The Adam Smith used the term usual hand to explain the working of the market mechanism that is discussed too far. Free market would tend towards equilibrium though a mechanism where the any excess supply leads to price cut, which in turn leads to fall in the quality supply by reducing the incentives to produce and sell the product. Any increase the quality demand automatically closing the market surplus. Similarly, an exchange demand leads to price increasing, reducing the quality demand and increasing the quality supply and this inflation. In this chapter, main summary is the focus of the demand and supply determine the market equilibrium, price and supply. It depend on the quality demand by consumer is related to price, whereas quality supply by the produce is directly related to price. The market need not function smoothly, necessitating the government to act, though its policy, regulations, tax and subsidies. ओके थँक यू नेक्स्ट लिहायला आपण थर्ड चॅप्टर जो आहे तो पाहणार डिमांड केली ओके थँक्यू